Martyr. Key Insights and Analysis. Chapter 1. The novel opens in Indiana with Cyrus Shams, a sober 20-something Iranian-American who spends his days as a standardized patient, a medical actor, paid to simulate grief, disease, and dying for students who are learning how to deliver bad news. He's good at it. Maybe too good because the performances pry at the real ache he carries. During one scenario, he confesses to a student doctor that he once planned an Everclear-fueled self-immolation. Sobriety quieted the chaos, he says, but didn't cure the doom organ pulsing in his throat. Recovery, friendship, art, all that stuff is palliative, he tells her. It relieves pain without dispelling it. The student gently suggests that he may be treating addiction while leaving depression and anxiety unaddressed, a kindness that sends him fleeing in shame. He goes to an AA meeting in a lavender-painted clubhouse where his sponsor, Gabe, a grizzled playwright, listens as Cyrus unloads. The topic is life on life's terms. And Cyrus balks at how language itself, words like higher power, the program's slogans, can feel flimsy in the face of real anguish. The meeting, the sponsor, the room full of well-meaning people, Cyrus half believes he despises them, even as he keeps returning. The book's first movement keeps toggling between his present tense sobriety and the archive of calamity that formed him, using reportage and found text to press on a single question. What would make a person need their life to matter so much that they would consider ending it for meaning's sake? The inquiry begins not as theory, but as biography. Cyrus's mother, Roya Shams, died when he was an infant, killed when a US cruiser, the USS Vincennes, shot a civilian airliner from the sky above the Strait of Hormuz on July 3, 1988. The novel returns to this catastrophe again and again, quoting official reports and headlines with a clinical chill. The USS Vincennes did not purposely shoot down an Iranian commercial airliner, while keeping focus on one family threaded through that public tragedy. The author builds Cyrus's present around an absence that never loosens its grip. There's a close friend and roommate, Z Novak. There are campus reading nights and coffee shops. There is a fragile, stubborn wish to write something that matters. But under everything sits the pressure of that doom organ, the child of grief speaking through a sober adult who still wonders if sainthood, sacrifice, or spectacle could confer the meaning he cannot otherwise feel. When Cyrus voices that emptiness, the book's structure obliges by leaping backward outside him to the origin points of loss. Chapter 2. The past arrives first through the story of Roya's death. It was her first time on an airplane. She left Tehran in a white trench coat, jittery and glamorous, carrying nougat and a new cassette for her brother Arash. The Vincennes launched 2 missiles. One struck the left wing. Reports said the passengers were turned into dust, as if the language itself wished to sanitize annihilation. 66 children died. Cyrus would have made 67, but Roya had insisted the baby was too young to fly. These details, date, ordnance, official euphemism, are quoted like exhibits, yet laid beside the private texture of a young family's life so the loss never becomes abstract. Grief in this telling isn't one event, but a reordering of an entire world. Ali, Roya's husband, and Cyrus's father leaves Tehran for Indiana, enticed by a flyer promising cash on a poultry farm and no English required. A chicken hadn't killed his wife. The arithmetic of rage pushes him to where the birds live. He sells nearly everything and arrives in Detroit with a sleepless infant and a trunk of essentials, boots, bowls, a wedding photo where Arash holds a corner of the cloth above the bride and groom. The 2 Shams men begin their American life like 2 windows with the blinds torn off, awake to a country that insists on forgetting what it has done. The book also opens onto Arash's story, Roya's brother whose war work was grotesquely theatrical. One man in every platoon rode the battlefield after nightfall, robed and haloed by a hidden lamp, impersonating an angel so the dying might surrender their terror for dignity. The pages describing this angel duty pulse with dread. A black robe on a black horse, a face reduced to a globe of light, a shepherd of last looks.